Now, where did Black Lives Matter come from? Well, popped out in 2013 after the whole George Zimmerman, Trayvon Martin thing. And who can possibly forget that situation? Another ugly situation that got blown up into something that, I mean, frankly, it shouldn't be. And we're not going to rehash the whole thing. You can take whatever side on that you want, but it should not have been what it was. But they looked at that situation and said to themselves, we can use this. We can do something with this. And at first, they came out, and because their ideology is so radical and so absurd, no popularity whatsoever. None. And then all of a sudden in 2018, look at this, 2018, their popularity shot through the roof. Why is that? What changed? Well, I'll tell you what changed. And this is an uncomfortable conversation that we have to have. We've had it before. We'll have it again on the show. What changed was the system decided this is something we can use for our purposes, and the system simply threw its weight behind it. When is the last time your kids turned on their video games and you saw a brand new customized page talking about Earth First or something like that? It's never happened. It's never happened. When is the last time you were scrolling through the channels and every other channel was something talking about feminists and feminism, and this is why women are oppressed? It's never happened. You see, what happened with Black Lives Matter is the system realized this is the one. Of all of our communist front groups, this is the one that will lead us to the promised land. This is the one that goes after American sensibilities uniquely. Because we had slaves once in the United States of America, and America is a Christian nation. Those two things combine, and it's easy to get people to feel guilty, even guilty about things that had nothing to do with. You didn't have anything to do with slavery. You didn't. But it picks at America's sensibilities. America's sensibilities are, and to our credit, we are all about equality. We are all about, the individual and how great those things are. So what they did is they found a little crack and they wormed their way in it, and they realized this Black Lives Matter is something we can use to destroy. The Democratic Party jumped all over this. Oh, absolutely. We can use this to gain power. All these major corporations looked at this and said, oh, yeah. Oh, we can use this to gain power. Hollywood, entertainers, musicians, athletes, we'll talk about that more in a little bit. They decided, oh, yeah, we can use this to gain power and wealth and influence for ourselves. That's what happened here. And look, what's their goal? What's the goal of this organization? You don't have to take my word for it. This is directly from the website that they've since scrubbed. Quote, we disrupt the Western prescribed nuclear family structure requirement by supporting each other as extended families in villages that collectively care for one another, especially our children, to the degree that mothers, parents, and children are comfortable. They're just communists. That's where they got everybody. They picked at you and picked at you and picked at you and picked at American society and got everyone to think, wow, this is a group fighting for black people and justice and equality. They have nothing to do with justice and equality. In fact, I'm about to say something that's going to make people's heads explode, but it's 100% true. You know the KKK, right? Everybody knows the KKK. Horrible bunch of idiots, virtually the same group as Black Lives Matter, a bunch of charlatans that led a bunch of idiots. But that doesn't matter. Do you know in their entire existence, the KKK killed, they estimate, we only have estimates because so many of these things were terrible and done in secret, but they estimate about 3,500 black people were killed by the KKK in the entirety of their existence. Do you know since Black Lives Matter got cops defunded, got cops out of poor black urban neighborhoods, that there's been such an uptick in violent crime? We've seen about 6,000 more people murdered than were murdered before. That means any single way you slice it, Black Lives Matter is responsible for more black people being killed than the KKK. That's what communism does. They worm their way in using your sensibilities. You don't want to be a racist, do you? They worm their way in and they destroy. Hey, thanks so much for watching the first on YouTube. If you liked what you saw, go ahead and like and subscribe. You heard me. Like it, subscribe. You'll get a lot more of it and a lot more of me. Thanks.